Hey everybody, this is Brian here. We're going to get right into it. As you know from my last video, and you probably see on television, Israel's being attacked by Iran. And at least on the channels here, Fox and some of the local channels, they just got a screenshot of Tel Aviv, and you don't really know what's going on. So I decided to do another one because I got more information that's come in from Amir Sarfati. And you guys may know this or you may not, but there's a lot going on that they're not talking about. Let's see, I'm on Telegram right now. This is interesting. Initial report: Israeli and American fighter jets accompanied by refueling planes intercept the first wave of swarm of drones launched from Iran in the air of Iraq. So these drones were being launched from Iran, but to come through Iraq airspace. And our jets are knocking them down for Israel. Wow, that's good. That's really good. And then it goes on, as these moments, at this moment, this was at 1:52, so a little while ago, ballistic missiles are being launched from the city of Hadan in Iran. The Iraq Hezbollah brigade announces the beginning of operation against Israel. This is from Amir Sarfati. The hunt for the UAVs has begun, and they are being intercepted over Jordanian skies by Israeli and American fighter jets. They're hunting these drones and shooting them down. Ben Gurion Airport is shut down. That's the main airport in Israel. Sources associated with the Shiite Axis claim that the Iranian attack consists of 3 phases: launching UAVs from Iran, launching of drones and missiles from Axis countries, Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq, to make it difficult for the Israeli air defense system, launching cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. The drones are like the first wave. They go in, and we're all busy shooting those down. Then they shoot the cruise missiles, and now they have to go after those. They're much faster. They fly lower to the ground, as you know. They hug the earth. But they're slow. They're still slow. The jets can easily catch up and blow these things out of the sky. But then they shoot the ballistic missiles, go up into space, and then come back down. 2 or 3 stages for them to do that. And then they come back down. Those are the ones that can get in. And that's what they're probably trying to do, is overwhelm their system to get these ballistic missiles, which carry a lot bigger payload than the drones and the cruise missiles, and to overwhelm Israel's air defenses. You remember, Hezbollah in the north has 150,000 rockets, just Hezbollah. So you can imagine what Iran's got. And I tell you, Iran, if this is the Psalms 83 war, the beginning of it, and I think it is, and this began a while ago, it began October 7th of last year, it's not going to go good for Iran. It doesn't mean Israel's not going to get hurt. I have relatives there in Israel. So Iran has launched a direct attack from Iranian soil toward the state of Israel. We're closely monitoring Iran's killer drones that are en route to Israel, sent by Iran. It takes them a while. They don't fly hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour. Maybe 100 miles an hour, 150 maybe. So they're a lot slower. But there's a reason they're doing this. It's to get everybody distracted, shooting down drones. This is severe and dangerous escalation. Our defenses and offensive capabilities are at the highest level of readiness ahead of the large-scale attack from Iran. This is Amir Sarfati sending this. Together with our partners, the Israeli Defense Forces is operating at full force to defend the state of Israel and the people of Israel. Britain, the U.S., and Jordan have already announced that they will help intercept the UAVs. Are they flying over Jordan? I don't know. We'll see. You know, when stuff like this happens in the beginning, who knows what's really, really happening. But this is the best news I've gotten. I've been watching news for over an hour on Fox and different stations. They're not saying anything. It's just showing a picture of Tel Aviv. Yeah. Anyway, Iran did not just carry out a surgical revenge operation, but actually launched an act of war. Wow, I can't believe I'm reading this to you guys. Ugh. I said it in the morning's video I sent out. Rapture's about to happen. We're going to, I'm more and more convinced now we're going to know when the rapture, we don't know the exact day, but we're going to know it's within days or weeks. We're going to know by the events that are happening. And look what's happening. Crazy drama. This was at 2:49. It's 3:12 Pacific time. Crazy drama in the skies of the Middle East. Dozens of fighter jets from different air forces are scrambling to shoot down dozens of drones and cruise missiles. A senior member of the Iraq army, which the Americans established and financed, will welcome the Iranian drones in our country, and we will not allow them to be shot down. Look what we did in that country, and all the men and women we lost. Senior American source: we estimate that between 400 and 500 missiles and UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, were launched from Iran towards Israel. Iran: we launched ballistic missiles at Israel. Russia raises its state of alert to the highest level. This is a friend of mine. We just had a lot of loud IAF, Israel Air Force jets fly over our house. Putin comes to the aid of Iranian ally. The smallest American attack on Iranian territory will force us to support Iran. You see where this is going, folks? You see where this is going? He just said it. He just said it. Putin comes, the hook in the jaw. Remember I was talking about that a few videos ago? What pulls, I used to think it was oil. You know, it says they come down for spoil in Ezekiel 38 and 39. You take the S off of spoil, you got oil. You know, there's natural gas in Israel. There's oil in the Middle East, of course. So they come down to take oil, to take over the Middle East and run the Middle East. It still could happen, but I think what it is too, is they're going to have to come and help Iran because Iran's our ally. If they don't, nobody's ever going to trust Russia again. So now we're pulling Russia in. Just, folks, this is incredible what we're watching right now. It's horrible. It's sad. But the prophets from 2,500 years ago nailed it. Ezekiel nailed it. Bullseye. We're reading the fulfillment of those prophecies in Isaiah and Ezekiel and the other minor prophets. We're reading what they wrote about. Putin comes out to the aid of Iranian ally. The smallest American attack on Iranian territory will force us to support Iran. I read that again. That's all I have. All this is from Amir Safadi. As things come in, I might be doing more videos tonight. This is crazy. And tomorrow, I'm going to try to stay on top of this. I'm not a news station, but I could tell you what, I get more news off the internet than I get anywhere on these local stations and the mainstream. Did the mainstream ever come out and tell us about chemtrails? Are they talking about the binary system? Are they talking about the increase of earthquakes? Oh, and I was going to talk about this tomorrow, and maybe I should save it for tomorrow. I'll mention it, but tomorrow, if I can remember, I'm going to try to download it on my tab, my iPad, bring up a picture, and I'll show you tomorrow. On the 12th, Monday was the solar eclipse. I think it was the next day. There was a anomaly in the South Pacific and South Atlantic Ocean, the tip of the Horn of Africa, where the two oceans meet. I think it was down there. There was an anomaly in the ocean that was 1,500 miles wide and 2,000 miles long. What do I mean by an anomaly? There's two, actually you can go to Mr. MBB333 on YouTube. He's really good. He monitors all this Earth and space stuff. I go to him a lot. Mr. MBB, I think it's 3 Bs, 333. Put it in, it'll come up. And look at today's or yesterday's video about this anomaly. He thinks, he doesn't know what it is, but it could be two things. We're not for sure. It could be a large craft under the water. The reason I'm saying that, in this anomaly, the waves of the ocean were 83 feet high. Something caused the ocean to make 83-foot waves. Now, in that part of the world, the waves are huge already. The two oceans meet there, and those waves are massive. But out of the blue, all of a sudden, this thing shows up on radar. You'll see it when you go on the internet and look at it. And it just shows up, and it starts heading up north. Some think it's Mr. MBB 333 thinks it's some kind of huge underwater craft. I think we had an asteroid strike in the ocean, but we don't know for sure, because the day after the solar eclipse, which I forgot to talk about this, there have been several meteor or asteroids just missing the Earth, and a couple burned up inside the Earth's atmosphere the next day after the solar eclipse. And one of them might have hit the ocean and did that. Why is this happening? Because we're going into the debris trail of that binary system. We're starting to enter it. You're going to start hearing more and more about asteroids and near misses and things burning up in the atmosphere. They're going to have to report, because everyone's going to start seeing them. They can't deny it. But that's what's happening. Along with this, you have Psalms 83. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm going to leave you with this. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of heavy stuff, obviously, right? I'm going to leave you with this. Because this is what what I'm going to read is what it's all about for us. Oh, where do I start? Let's just do this one. There's several. Oh, come on. Well, maybe I can't. I'm in a spot where I don't have very good cell service, so I can't do it. Just leave it at this. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, starting at verse 50. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, starting at verse 13 down through 18. Those are two scriptures. There's more, but those are the two main scriptures of a rapture. That's what's about to happen. This mortal is about to put on immortality. The trumpet's about to sound. We don't know when, but we don't have a lot of time left. It might be today, it might be a few weeks, a few months. But the way things are escalating, we'll be lucky to make it to the new year, even to the election in the U.S. Folks, like I said before, we're almost out of here. We're almost out of here. Don't let this escalation scare you. God has a different plan for us. What's happening is God's plan for the unsaved world and for Israel. That's a separate plan from our plan. This is the time of the Gentiles, for the Gentiles to be saved and brought into the kingdom. The time of grace is almost over. We are about to enter a whole new dispensation that's about to start very soon. We're about to be raptured off this planet. Wow. It says, when you see these things I just read, what's going on in Israel, what's going on with Russia, and Saudi Arabia now, I just read, I didn't even bring that up. Saudi Arabia is now thinking of getting involved in this and coming to the side of Iran. And they're arch enemies, because they don't want to be next. They're afraid of Iran. And they should be. And Russia. So now they're talking about coming to the aid. Unless they change their mind, they're talking about coming to the aid of Israel. Of Iran. We're living the last days. I'm a little hyped up, you think? I can't believe I'm making a podcast about this. This is unbelievable. I told you, and I just know, and you know too. Things are escalating every single day. And you know, God has picked you. Think about it, folks. God has picked you to know these things. God has picked you and put a desire into you as a believer to follow these events and line them up with Scripture. You guys, that's no accident. It's no accident that you're watching these channels on your own, going into the Scripture about these things. Way before there was even an internet and YouTube, you guys had this in you already. You're mighty warriors. You're mighty saints of God, and we're about to go to heaven. And we need to be doing on this earth right now, us pre-tribbers, is telling other people about the rapture, and talking and getting as many people on the boat, on the ark, as possible. Don't get frustrated witnessing. God's the one that causes somebody to come into the kingdom, but he'll use you as the mouthpiece, or to plant the seed, or do the watering, or the harvesting. One of those. You're here for that. You're here to encourage the other Christians to get on board that the rapture's almost here, and to get people saved. We're almost out of here. I don't know for sure, but the way things are going, I might be doing another one later today. You guys hang in there. This is scary, but it's not. Jesus told us this stuff was going to happen. The prophets told us. And it's happening. It gives me goosebumps. I'm watching the news. I'm getting goosebumps because it's exactly like they said 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago. We're almost out of here. Hang in there, folks. I love you guys. And you hear from me today. You'll definitely hear from me tomorrow. You guys be safe. And I'll see you at the rapture. Wow. Very, very soon. This is Brian out. Bye.